Oh, how I have spoken about England's green and pleasant land, and welcomed the rain because it kept everything nice and lush and green. But just look at it now. It looks a bit Mediterranean and parched because we're in the thick of the heat wave, and next week even more so. If it goes to the 30s, that's very hot for us, but it may be mid-30s, and possibly next week they predict close to 40. We never have that. It's not British. It really isn't. Many of the roads in Nuneaton are blessed with having trees along the side, which is the meaning of the word avenue, by the way. It means a line of trees, and they're lime trees, and they're beautiful, as you can see, but they periodically shed all sorts of things. I don't even know what they are. Seeds, seed cases, seed wings, leaves, and then the aphids get up there and start excreting sugar. So it's a bit of a mess, really. So before we look at the beauty of the trees, I have to bring the drone in to help clear up the leaf litter. And a good job he does too. And these are the beautiful trees that give me so much pleasure and give me so much litter to have to sweep up afterwards. But that's what you've got to put up with if you want the nice trees. And I do want the trees. They are absolutely beautiful. I love them. In fact, we're very fortunate in our house because from the front we just see the trees, and from the back we just see loads of trees. It's lovely. But we have to put up with all the other stuff that they produce. In fact, I did a video just about trees not so long ago in this area, and one round the corner which they finally cut down because it was actually rotting as well. So, trees, which brings me on to the subject of wood. Sisyphus over in San Diego has for a moment stopped pushing his load up a hill and has asked about the wood that I have on store. Well, I'll tell you this much. This is the Chase Hotel, and there used to be a tree there, but it fell down across the road. And I came in and took the wood from it when they cut it down. There's another one came down over here. The only reason I knew there was an incident on the road was because I could see that red bus doing a 3-point turn. Yeah, so I occasionally collect wood from these sources, and there's another one over here which is a birch tree which needed cutting back because it was shading the garden at the bottom for our neighbour. Well, 2 doors down there's a big proper birch tree over there, that one. By the way, there's magpies nesting in this one. They did it last year as well. But the birch tree, quite a big flowery sort of tree, and this one was like that, but it was shading my neighbour over there, so she asked if it could be cut back, and that's the result. It will recover, but I got a lot of the logs myself and claimed them, and they're very pretty. And just so for the summertime, it'll be nice just to stack them and use them accordingly. And here they are in a nice wicker basket next to the log burning stove in the living room. So my other neighbour had the tree trimmed, and again I had those logs as well, but the majority of the wood that I burn in my wood burner comes from a wood yard about 15 miles away in Tamworth. This is 2 cubic metres of hardwood and been cut that day and fairly dry, as you can see. The cost for that was £90. Of course then I have to stack it, and this is by the French window and the rest is by the back door, both in the dry and plenty of air around it to let it dry out properly before the winter. I like to stock up with this firewood in the summer because even though I'm not going to burn it until, I don't know, October, November, at least it will dry out, and you have to burn it dry. It's the law now, you can't burn it if it's too damp. I've got a meter in there which measures the dampness. It's got to be less than 20%, and most of this has arrived less than 20% already, so with it being dried out in the summer, that'd be great. And most summers we have changeable weather, but at the minute we've got a heat wave. By the way, a quick note from the garden, 2 things which are doing extremely well. One is these roses. Look at those, and they do smell beautiful. And also the jasmine in Jasmine Corner. Look at that, and the fragrance from that is fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you next time. Bye. No, you'll see me.